Hi, how's everyone? Thanks for coming back. Hello and welcome if you are new. Happy Spooky Day. We're going to do the Halloween reading, and I'm doing it late so that when I upload, it is closer to the witching hour. I do have the ghost app going also, so we'll see if any interesting ghost messages come through. You might hear that off to the side. I'll repeat them if I catch them. But let's get to the reading. I used the First Light Tarot, the Vice Versa, and the Gilded Tarot. So let's see what we've got. In the first current energies placement, the First Light Tarot dropped the World card. So this is talking about renewal, rebirth, celebration, the end of fulfillment. It says corrupt. Long-term goal accomplished, cycles done, and reward. On top of that, we've got judgment and the towers. This is incredible. All major arcana. So this gives me the feeling that in the current energies, we're dealing with some energies that are out of our control. This is divine energy. This is global. It could be universe energy. It's just stuff that the divine is bringing through that we can't control this. So we've got the world, an ending, and a reward. We've got judgment. This it could be making final verdicts on things. Judgment is represents like something being called back from the dead, because that's what Gabriel's trumpet does. It calls back what has ended to be accounted for. Okay, so this is something where somebody's going to be going through, or some in the collective are going to be making a final judgment call. Okay, and this leads to the tower. Now it is on the front side. There are two people falling out, but we do have the dove of peace, the divine eye sees everything that's happening, and the dove of peace is here flying through, bringing a branch of peace. This is a wake up call. Look for weaknesses and where you're vulnerable. Okay. The thing with the tower is that whatever that structure is that's coming down was decrepit, as you know what I mean. It was not serving not serving our highest good. And when the divine has to step in and destroy the tower itself, it's because we've hung on to it too long. Maybe that judgment card is saying that whenever this came back around to be addressed, we did not show that we had learned our karmic lessons, right? It was stuck in devil energy. We were just stuck in that karmic wheel going around and around. So this is an ending to something, finality, okay? There's a final judgment call. The world is here. That's the last card. This is karmic rewards. And then, but it has to do with the tower coming down, okay? In the clarifiers, the first position here, we've got temperance, which means balancing things. Then as the clarifiers, we've got the Seven of Pentacles and the Hermit. Sad. Oh, they're sad. So temperance is talking about balancing and recombining things to find a solution to something. And it has to do with that pentacle energy, that Seven of Pentacles. In some decks, it's talking about loss and mistakes. But in this deck, I believe the Seven of Pentacles is somebody still waiting for the fruition of their work. Okay? They're still waiting for their reward to come in. And it has thrown them into an energy of the Hermit. This is Virgo energy. The tower up there is Scorpio energy. And here we've got the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. This is cultivating meaningful interactions, okay? But being discerning about who you're interacting with. So it's like respecting your peace and your boundaries, not letting anybody through that's going to upheave that. It's also making sure that
It's dark.
others respect your boundaries. Yeah. So this could be somebody who's just finding a balance in themselves on their work and their it's like they're it's like balancing their work and their inner self. Okay, because the hermit goes within to regain a connection to his higher self. That's the star in the lantern that he holds, is that the higher self, and his eyes are fixed on it. So that's what he's doing in his solitude. He's recalibrating to his higher self, and this has to do with that Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, this is somebody who's just, I mean, simply put, they're finding a way to rebalance their what they invest in. But to do that, they had to, they somebody had to go
Look
within
closely.
and look closely. Yeah, the ghost said look closely at their higher self. In the middle here, we've got positive surroundings. Now, we have a 10 of Wands and a King of Cups. The King of Cups has been floating through the readings lately. That's Pisces energy. 10 of Wands, I believe, is Sagittarius energy. But this is burden and putting it down. Okay, this is the ending of a burdensome cycle with or because of a King of Cups, Pisces energy. You could have Pisces in your chart. You could be coming into a that King of Cups energy. And the King of Cups is very intuitive, very deep, very caring, very attentive, very anticipatory of your needs.
Eldest.
But he doesn't let that rule him. He doesn't let his emotions rule him. He doesn't see anything wrong with them. Like, he's not afraid of his emotions. He doesn't try to suppress his emotions. He acknowledges them. He knows that he's stronger for these deep emotions, but he doesn't really give in to their temptations, which is interesting because we do have a card of temptation later on. Um, do we?
It's
Or
a
is
no.
that in the other one? Might have been in the pre-shuffle. Here on the right, we've got the future. And in the future, we have a Page of Pentacles and the Hangman in the reverse. Or the Hangman on the backside for the vice versa. So the Page of Pentacles is somebody who's coming in with that Ace of Pentacles. Brand new idea, brand new investment, brand new um uh thing to grow, right? And the pages are messengers, so he's coming in with like the message of something new. The pentacles also being the earth signs. Again, we've got Taurus or Virgo or Capricorn. The page I do give to Taurus energy. So this is somebody who's coming in young, or the offer is young, or the opportunity is new. All right, this is a new opportunity, or the message of a new opportunity, the possibility of it. But because it's so new, like fresh, the page is taking time to really scrutinize it. That Page of Pentacles, being an earth sign, is the very studious person looking at all angles of this new thing to see how he can better understand it so that he can use it wisely. Okay, here we have the Hanged Man also in the future position on the back side.
Take note.
Take note. This is talking about the shattering of an illusion, but now what do you see? Okay, so in the future there's going to be
closer.
A real
Can you see?
A real tangible restart, a tangible opportunity to start something new that you invest in. It could be something financial, but the pentacles represent anything that you invest with: time, money, energy, mental energy, right? Thought processes, effort, brainstorming. It could be money, it could be time, it could be health, the like vital energy putting into it. Excuse me. The hangman as Pisces energy is looking at this new opportunity, but there could be an illusion here. Okay, either the offer could have some things about it that are hidden, or somebody is just kind of so thrown by this new opportunity that they have put themselves like here in this hermit energy, this hangman energy, this reflective energy. Like, I just feel like somebody's looking at this going, it's this is what's the catch? What is the catch here? Because they're looking for an illusion. Now, this could be somebody who legitimately is trying to find the chinks in the plan here, or this is somebody who's just afraid that this might be too good to be true. And he's just looking for something to be wrong with it, you know? Because this is talking about shattering an illusion. But what do you see? Was it really an illusion that was shattered? You know what I mean? And some in the collective are going to maybe look at this new opportunity and see something that is like a
Guilty.
scam, like scammy, you know? Others in the collective are going to see this new opportunity and then go within themselves and try to figure out what like almost like what they did wrong the last time, because remember judgment here is talking about maybe an issue that has come back from the grave, you know, something you thought was put to rest coming back for final judgment. So here in the future, somebody's in page energy going within trying to find what is the illusion here. So that could be two ways to look at it. Somebody who really does feel like this opportunity comes with a hidden agenda, and they're understanding. They said that somebody fears that this opportunity may be coming with a hidden agenda,
Devil.
or they're just like trying to find out what could go wrong here. Okay. And others in the collective are going to try to figure out what within themselves, what is the illusion that they are clinging to that may be affecting this Page of Pentacles energy. Okay. Then we had a wild card fall out, so I gave that two clarifier cards also. We have the Seven of Swords, that's the Thief in the Night card, and we have the Ace of Cups in the backside, okay? So this Seven of Swords speaks to me, and this card for me talks about somebody who's running out of self-preservation, okay? Now, yes, this could affect other people and himself in two ways, okay? This could be somebody who's like, look, I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to take anything but what I brought in, and I'm getting the fuck out of here, okay? On the ground on this card, he has dropped two swords. That represents the Two of Swords of indecision, and he's carrying away five. Unfortunately, the Five of Swords that he's carrying is a situation where nobody wins. Nobody loses, but nobody wins. It's just an ending to the fighting. Okay? So this is kind of like sneaky energy. So maybe that's what he's doing in that hanged man energy. Then we have, this is all about the wild card here is that this is all about an Ace of Cups. But again, on the front side, the Ace of Cups is a beautiful gift of love, a blessing and happiness.
Sinful.
But on the reverse side, in the dark, under the shadow, it's this is talking about love under the covers. That's hot. But it says, beware of illusion, fancy talk, and measure your promises. So yeah, in the wild card position, there may be a love offer here that somebody is scrutinizing because it doesn't look, it looks shiny. Like on the surface, it looks nice. The offer looks nice. But there's something about when you scrutinize the offer and use your intuition to make the judgment call, that there feels like there's an illusion here. It could all be fear, right? Because there is a King of Cups here, And that Pisces energy can turn visions into illusions and paranoia very quickly. Now, luckily, the king is not in the reverse, although I don't have reversals in this deck. But on the front side, he is in his upright energy. But there is there is an underlying feeling here of somebody feeling like there's a somebody's pulling the wool over their face, and they don't want this to be false. They want this offer to be true. So it's like they're going within. They're looking at what they have done so far. They're looking to see if anything can be recalibrated, rebalanced. Um, the okay, so temperance is the angel pouring water back and forth into the cups, and the cups he has is a gold cup and a silver cup. Whenever there's a two of cups there, it's a gold cup
To
and a
your
silver
right.
cup. Because it's masculine and feminine, gold and silver. So he's pouring things back and forth, but the idea is mixing something so that it combines well.
I remember.
Sorry, I hit the thing. No, temperance energy is Sagittarius energy, I believe. Yes, Sagittarius. But I often think of it as Aquarius energy also. Oh, the alchemist. That's why it's Sagittarius, because it's alchemy. This is a remixing of some like magical energy. Trying to find a better solution to something. And part of the solution here with temperance and the Seven of Pentacles is where are you investing? And the Hermit here is asking you to only cultivate meaningful interactions, which means there may be some purging of the people around you, you know, in order to kind of release yourself from this Ten of Wands, this burden. The 10 is gasp, they said. The 10 is a good card because that means there's an ending to this suffering finally. This is the final step on putting these wands down, okay? Also, there is encouragement here with the 10 of Wands because they're saying if there's nobody to hand off any of the burden to, then just put that down. There is no shame, there is no weakness, there's no failure in putting down to what you're putting down, whatever it is too much that you're holding. I don't know, that came out really bad, but you know what I'm talking about. The divine is saying, because I get it, because I'm one of those people that wants to handle everything that they is in their energy, right? But there's what the divine is saying is that sometimes we pick up more than what we're meant to hold. And the divine is like, you're getting crushed under that because we did not intend for you to carry that. So why are you carrying that? And the 10 of Wands speaks to like obligation. I'm carrying it because nobody else around me is here to carry it for me. Well, the divine is saying it's heavy because it's not for you. Put it down. You know? So it goes along with this King of Cups energy, this Pisces energy, a very compassionate person, peaceful, a master of their emotions. Now they are loving and ready to be loved. But part of this burden is that they don't want to get lost in it. They don't allow themselves to get lost in it anymore. Because with Pisces energy, the final sign of the zodiac, the final water sign of the zodiac, this person has been to the deep depths that would crush other people, that would crush us, because we all have those depths in us. Some of us don't ever go down there, because those deep, dark depths in the subconscious, think about in the deep ocean, those things that are down there, they are foreign and alien, and they could be dangerous. So that's kind of what our deep subconscious holds. Things that are very frightening because we don't often pull them to the surface so that we can see them. And the King of Cups is master of that. He's like, I've been down there. I know what's down there. I've accounted for everything, and I'm not afraid of it. I rule this. right? So he's not a stranger to those deep emotions, but he doesn't allow himself to be to, 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 um, tumbled in those waters anymore. Okay, and then maybe that was part of the burden. So this person is letting this burden down. Others in this collective, it could be more straightforward than that. You're ending a burdensome cycle with the King of Cups, basically. Okay, and in the future, you're in a position of
They hide.
like starting over, because the page is lower energy than a king. So you're in
Don't
an
leave
energy,
me.
somebody's in an energy of starting over with one shiny pentacle, but it's pretty big. It's a pretty big pentacle. So it's not like you're starting over with nothing. This is something that already has been tended to by the divine and is being handed to you like already at the start of the opportunity. But it's still young. It's still untested and somebody's still scrutinizing it, but they're going inward to do it. This is like deep intuitive work here. Because with the King of Cups and the Hanged Man, both Pisces energy here. We've got the Ace of Cups, water energy, Scorpio energy. We are in Scorpio season in tropical astrology. Um, so it makes sense that Scorpio energy is here at play on top of the world. And this also could be global. This could be because this is major arcana and things that are outside of our personal control. This absolutely could be something on the bigger stage. Okay, the world, then ending, and karmic rewards, but also a time of purging the old cycle so that, because the world doesn't stop spinning. Just because we're at the end of the major arcana number 21 and that's the end, it doesn't actually end. The world keeps turning, right? So this could be something on the world stage where there is a big judgment call and then the tower happens. But it's a wake-up call and it's actually liberation. Okay, the tower energy, even though it's destructive and it looks scary, it's a terrifying card. Lightning coming out of the blue, something you can't control, coming down from the divine, destroying a structure that you had previously thought was very sturdy. But the key with the tower is that once the facade is destroyed and you get to see what's on the inside, it's barren and empty. There was nothing in that tower that you built that was for your greater good, your highest good. Okay? So there's going to be some kind of transformation here in a structure that we thought was for our best interests, but it's not. And that's where that judgment call is going to come and finally bring that tower down. And it could have to do with this King of Cups. Maybe this King of Cups is the one making this final judgment call to burn this shit. I mean, Scorpio energy, it's emotional, like the King of Cups. But it's also, Scorpio is also in some energies co-ruled by Mars, and Mars is the god of war.
It's bright.
That's why I always describe Scorpios as a little bit fire, whereas Cancer, if they get moody, they get boohooey and, sentimental and very sensitive. Pisces, they can get very emotional and sensitive too. But Scorpio, if they get emotional, they're going to burn the world down, right? And that's kind of what's happening here. I just heard I want this to end and I want to come out ahead. Okay? Temperance means that there's going to need to be rebalancing after this tower, okay? And it's going to be fine because you've got 7 of Pentacles here. That's things are still blooming, things are still growing. Okay, so it's not like after this tower that there's this a lot of loss. It's mostly rebalancing what you have left. That's why you've got a 10 of wands. You're at, somebody's at the end of that burdensome cycle, deciding what they're going to put down, and then it's like you're starting over with this page energy, page of pentacles, like something new, something that could grow. um the page is carrying the ace of pentacles, and in the symbolism that I have in one of my other decks, that the ace of pentacles is like the bean from Jack and the Beanstalk, right? You can eat it now, but it's just one bean, or you can put it in the ground, water it, and hope that it grows into something even more. It might take time. The earth energies always take a lot of time to grow, because the earth energy is the only energy in the tarot that's actually tangible, right? Mental, the swords is mental and intellect. The cups is emotional waters. The wands are the fire of passion. You can't hold any of that. But the pentacles is actually tangible things that you can hold. That's why it takes longer. So this person is going to be scrutinizing this new effort, this new opportunity, because they really want to be responsible with it. Again, the wild cards here is this Ace of Cups under this King of Cups here. With the Seven of Wands, or Seven of Swords, putting something down and making a break for it. But again,
Soldier.
this person is leaving with conflict in his arms. He's got the five swords in his arms. It's the Five of Swords of ending a conflict. Okay, and going towards an Ace of Cups. But they may be carrying over some emotional baggage. But the wild card here, it's almost like somebody is going to make a break for it and walk right into an Ace of Cups that's not what they thought it was going to be. And maybe that's why they're in this suspension here, with the Hanged Man, in this solitude with the Hermit, this King of Cups getting a handle on, getting control of his emotions. I'm not going to let this rule me, because this is talking about promises, pillow talk, fancy talk, right? That this could be an illusion. That's what they're afraid of. Bottoms of the decks, we have the Empress on the backside. This is talking about using something wisely. Okay, thinking of the future and being grateful for what you have now. Okay, we've got the Moon under that on the reverse. Yeah, on the reverse. It's saying this is a inner feminine power is rising, and it's talking about exploring truth without the ego. And then under that, you've got that Two of Swords on the backside. It says deep concentration during uncertainty. Yeah, somebody is getting this offer that may feel young, may feel untested. It looks good. It looks shiny. It looks sturdy and stable. But there's scrutiny here because somebody doesn't want to lose everything, right? Because it just feels too good to be true. Beware of illusion and fancy talk. Okay, measure your promises and measure the promises that are coming from others. And I feel like that's what someone's doing here in all this introverted energy, hermit energy, hanged man energy, the moon and the reverse, exploring truth without ego. And then the Two of Swords here, deep concentration during uncertainty. Yeah. Also, we have the Wheel of Fortune. That's where I was getting the turning of the wheel kind of feeling. We've got a Knight of Wands in the reverse. and a Five of Pentacles in the reverse. In the reverse, I like this. That's good. The Five of Pentacles. It's like saying you weren't as bad. You weren't as bad off as you thought you were. The illusion was you were worse off than what reality.
Am I dead?
You were worse off than what the reality was, or you just felt like you were. I mean, it's traumatic. You came through the tower, right? And you had a 10 of Wands here that you needed to put down, and you had some really deep soul work going on here in the subconscious, right? So the Five of Pentacles is talking about being left out in the cold, in an energy of loss and lack, abandonment, the loss of those pentacles. When I see the Five of Pentacles, especially in the reverse, but also in the upright, it reminds me of Sonic losing those rings when he hits something and all those rings fall out. It's like you hit something, or something hit you, which could have been the tower, and bring, 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 all these rings fell out, and you just couldn't get them back. That's why you're starting over as a page, right? And you have this little bit, this one pentacle left to restart with.
I
So
can't get through.
now somebody is in this hangman energy, like,
lost.
what do I do with this? Because I don't want to be foolish with this, but I also want this to be true. I don't want this to be an illusion. Am I fooling
Absolutely
myself?
not.
Absolutely not. I said, am I fooling myself? They said, absolutely not. Okay. So this Knight of Wands in the reverse, let me just quick so the Wheel of Fortune coming in under the Empress in the reverse. The Empress on the reverse side is talking about even abundance can end. And we saw that here with the Tower, the Seven of Pentacles, putting down a burden, maybe putting down some things that hadn't worked, that you were holding on to. The Divine was saying, don't hang on to the things that we didn't mean for you to hang on to. That's why you're overburdened. Okay? And then being knocked down to that page energy. But it's saying that you know this is coming. You know that when the wheel will turn you up and it'll bring you down. So when you are up in that abundant energy, the Empress energy, it's just a reminder to use what you have wisely, because when the wheel brings you back down, if you build yourself like a cushion,
Succeed.
then yeah, like the ghost said, you'll succeed. It evens out the ups and the downs, okay? So that Wheel of Fortune is saying it's coming back around. Again,
What?
I was getting that from the Judgment card, something coming back. And the Moon card here talks about cycles. This could be something coming back around for you to make a different judgment call on. This time, smarter. This time, you hear the fancy words and the pillow talk and the promises, and you know that you have to really make a discerning decision about it. Now, if this is a concern with a person, and this opportunity is coming back around. For some in the collective, it may be someone coming back from the past. We don't have a Six of Cups here, so I don't see it that way. When the Judgment card comes out without the Six of Cups, I feel like it's the same kind of situation in a different person. Okay? Or in a different, I mean, if this is work, it could be the same empty promises at a different job, right? Or the same I don't want to say outright lies, because it might not be, but you recognize
Keep going.
the situation coming back around. Moon energy cycles, ebbing and flowing, coming back in, going back out, right? And this Knight of Wands in the reverse is talking about maybe somebody moving in a little reckless, but I feel like it's because their emotions are I heard tilt a little. They're tilted here a little bit. They're coming in overconfident, but still lacking direction and a little bit reckless, okay? Yeah, someone coming racing in hot. And it has to do with this moon energy. It's like the emotions are riled up. That's, for me, this feels like Scorpio energy. The moon, which is water, and the Knight of Wands, which is fire. And water and fire, to me, is that Scorpio energy. Because, again, co-ruled by Mars. Then here we have this Two of Swords on the backside, talking about deep concentration during uncertainty, and then that Five of Pentacles in the reverse. This is actually, though, Five of Pentacles is actually opening up and accepting help. Okay? Maybe finally coming in. Maybe finally the help is coming in. You're suspicious of it. It's sus as fuck. You know, because you just feel like you don't want somebody to hold something over you. You don't want to be lied to. Got a lot of moon energy. We got the moon proper, and then we've got the Two of Swords person sitting underneath the moon, but she's blindfolded. So it's like not there. She's not accepting any other input about this. She just has to make a decision. The Two of Swords is Gemini energy. The moon, Cancer energy. Knight of Cups is Leo. The wheel is the fixed signs. Empress is Taurus and Libra. Hermit, Virgo. King of Cups, Pisces. Hangman, Pisces. Temperance, Sagittarius. And the Tower, Scorpio. So yeah, that's what I have. I'm going to do another reading. I wanted to maybe do a really long reading for tonight, but I know that the longer the readings are, the longer they take to upload. So I'm going to do maybe one more. And we're just going to do like a free form, what do they call it? Oh, I can't remember what they call it. Sometimes words fall out when I'm channeling. Free form, what did they... Oh, whatever. Whatever comes out, right? I'll just read whatever falls out. And no particular order. So, do we want to get an Ancestor Oracle message? What time is it? No, we'll leave it. We'll get a couple... advice.
I remember you.
I remember you. I get a couple advice. So let me think about this in a summary here. Okay, current energies is there's something ending.
Are you okay?
Yeah, are you okay? We've got the World and the Tower and Judgment. So this is a earth-shattering kaboom, right? And it could be it could be all of a sudden. But even though it feels like an upheaval, even though it feels like chaos, it feels like catastrophe, and I get it. They want me to address the fact that when a tower comes down, some of us are going to function in a deep abyss of guilt. Okay? This guilt feeling of I could not hold that tower up. I couldn't hold it up anymore. And the divine is like, you weren't supposed to. We're in charge of this. So the divine came through and is like, we're the ones that took that tower down. Put it down. Put down the burden. You're not meant to hold it anymore. Get a handle on your emotions. Or this could have to do with a King of Pentacles. A King of Cups, I mean. We have an Empress here, too. Okay, we did get Luna, the moon. So yeah, unconscious, instincts, habits, cycles, and moods. Also hidden influences. That's why you're scrutinizing this so much. Pay attention to your dreams. You could be working this out in your dreams. We have Scorpio energy, Pisces energy. I believe we have Cancer energy here with the moon. There's a good mix of earth and water. And the earth signs are all feminine, so this could have to do with a feminine, and the earth signs and the water signs are both feminine, okay? And secrets. So yeah, so somebody's trying to scrutinize the validity of a possible starting over after the tower. I feel like they're also just scrutinizing themselves. Like they're going back and they're looking at every decision they made, every option they had. There's a struggle here. Yeah, every choice they made. Yeah, everything. To find out where the illusion was, where was the crack, where was it what's the word? I'm hearing like, where was it not dependable, right? Oh, it has to do with a soulmate. My. The lobster card. She's his lobster. So let's see if we can get a little bit more. It has to do with a soulmate. That Knight of Wands is coming in reckless towards an Ace of Cups. But because of the past, there's somebody who is trying to make sure that this isn't an illusion.
Key.
They said there's a key. What is this here? Oh, the microphone. Okay, now that hasn't fallen out yet. That's a new card.
It was an accident.
It said speak up and amplify your voice. So yeah, I do get the feeling that a lot of this work is internal. It's being internalized. There's a lot of dreaminess here. There's a lot of working with the subconscious. Ooh, the lights just flickered. Did you see that? It's a lot of working with the subconscious. But there's not a lot of verbalizing here. There's no swords. Except that Seven of Swords. And that may be somebody...
I can't hear you.
I can't hear you. Yeah, because nobody's talking. That Seven of Swords could be somebody keeping their motives to themselves because they don't fully trust that Ace of Cups. Or that King of Cups is getting the fuck out of Dodge reckless like in order to go towards that Ace of Cups, whether it looks like it's an illusion or not, you know? Remember, you are earth, so ground yourself, build yourself, heal yourself, give of yourself, but provide for yourself and steady yourself. Okay? What else do we have here? Just one at a time, please. One at a time. Oh, ooh. We got the rose. Romance in the air. Like I said, there's not a lot of cups here. Even though we've got a lot of water, there's not a lot of cups. There's the Ace of Cups and the King of Cups. Right?
Not feeling well.
It says be okay with not knowing for sure what might come next, but know that whatever it is, you will be okay. So there's definitely that unsuredness. But with that Knight of Wands in the reverse, I know that part of the description was somebody overconfident. And yeah, that they might be coming in a little bit. I know what I want. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to trust myself. And they jump in and we've got messages, the Eight of Wands, communication, a letter, information, news, open correspondence, or an important conversation. Okay, but we also have the dagger. Now, this isn't somebody stabbing you in the back. Remember, this could be smaller air energy, sword energy, mental energy. This could be fears. It could be doubts. It could be anxieties. It could be depression. It could be negative self-talk. But whatever this dagger is, it's causing fear, worry, and a tense situation. And that, I mean, we did have that Five of Swords. Do we have a Five of Swords? No, we have the Seven of
He
Swords.
told me.
Okay. Let's see, what else do we get, please, for the collective? And then I will go on to another stream of consciousness. That's what I was trying to get to earlier when I was talking about the freeform reading. I'm going to do stream of consciousness. Higher. Higher. One more, please, for the collective. Two. Okay. Empty chest, that lack. This is that Five of Pentacles. Absence, loss, and scarcity. Resources, conserving, and slow increase. Yeah. So the thing with the Five of Pentacles, it's good that it's in the reverse. It said absolutely. It's good that it's in the reverse. Because this is somebody actually getting relief from, finally relief from whatever he had lost. Okay? So this was walking a little while with a lot of lack. Okay? Because and then here we've got that empty chest. But yeah, it was a crucible. And I'm going to put that up here by the tower. This is a time of testing for all of us. Okay? A trial or pressure. But transformation comes through hardship. Okay? And that's definitely Scorpio energy. So that's what I have, collective, for the first Halloweeny reading. Happy spooky day. I'm splitting them in two, so I'm going to come back with another reading, and that's going to upload a little bit later for the spooky time of night. But this, yeah, I feel like this, whatever this is, it could be on a global level. It could be, just, it feels like it's in a system where we don't control it. It could be, like I said, on a world level. It could be on a family level, and we're just not in a position to control what's happening, or we feel like we can't control what's happening. When you hold on to the wheel, now there's two ways to hold on to the wheel. You hold on so that when it turns, you're not thrown. But a lot of people hold on to the wheel so that they can stop it from turning altogether. That's not going to happen, because the wheel turns on divine timing, not yours. So the only thing that's going to happen with somebody pulling on the wheel, trying to avert this transformation, is just going to tear your fingernails apart. It's just going to tear your hands apart. You know, you're not going to stop it. And when it does come back around, you're going to be unprepared for where you're supposed to be, when they're telling you all this, little advice on how to remember when you're in abundance, plan ahead. Because there is a change here. And you're going to come back around with a small pentacle, that Page of Pentacles, and offer a message. But you're going to think that it's too good to be true. You're going to look for the illusion in it. Right? Because I feel like
I'm below.
It's coming in, and it's coming in with somebody who literally had to just pack up and run. Right? So you're wondering if this offer is an illusion. Okay? Maybe it's somebody who's cutting and running and then running back to you somehow, and you're wondering if they're just saying all the sweet, pretty words so that they have a place to stay. you know? Okay, so that's what I have for y'all for this first Halloween reading. I hope that resonated. If it did resonate and you liked my content, and you like the vibe, please leave me a thumbs up. My information is in the description. Leave me comments, subscribe, share my video. All those things helps the algorithm get my content seen a little bit better. I'm trying to grow the channel. I am available for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. My information is in the description. You'll find my email, Venmo, and Cash App. And if you stuck with me this far, I appreciate you very much. And until I see you again in the next reading. Okay, thanks. Bye.